Yeah, frustrating night. Give Miami a lot of credit. They knocked down shots. They defended really well. They outscored us 20-9 on fast break points, which is usually a strength of ours. And, disappointed. I thought Sunday, even though we gave up some points Sunday at Florida State, I thought we really played well defensively. I thought we were locked in. I thought we had energy and urgency and focus. And tonight we gave up 26 points in the first quarter. I thought we took a step back. You just can't do it in this league. I mean, it's just, and if you're not shooting well, I think the fourth quarter we took 18 shots, 10 of them were threes, and we hit 2 of them. It's just, you gotta, if you're not having a good night offensively, you better ramp it up defensively and on boards. So, fortunate to get out with a win, and hopefully we learn from it.
Questions?
Remember, Wes, the last play, Zoe, when she scored, was that the call?
Trying to think. Yeah, I think, talking about on the side bounce play?
Yes, so when she got the basket that gave you the 2-point lead.
Oh, the original one, I think. Heck, I'll be honest, I don't even remember. I think we ran horns set, and yes, so she can either get downhill or she can throw it back to Madison, and she got downhill. Did a good job of attacking. Again, we weren't hitting shots, except for Madison. Madison was hitting threes, big threes, but that's what it was. Either get Zoe downhill or look for Madison, and Zoe was able to get to the rim. Good job on her part.
She had struggled up to that point. To have you still had confidence in her, though, at the back end of the game.
Yeah, I mean, again, it wasn't like anybody was having a great night off the bounce or whatever. So, you just keep going and hope that somebody steps up and makes it. And like I said, off that play, Madison had hit 2 or 3 threes, and so that's an option too. But Zoe made a good decision and was able to hit a big shot. So I got a lot of faith and confidence in Zoe to make things happen on offense.
Madison broke the 1,000-point mark at the end of the first quarter. When you reflect on her time here at NC State,
what a blessing. She again from Chattanooga, known her a good while, known her family, so really happy for her. And she's a glue player for us. I mean, she holds everything else together. She gets some rebounds. She hits some big threes, makes some plays on defense, kind of does it all. And, really happy for her. That's a great milestone. And, hopefully, I think first half she maybe only had 2 points, and second half she really stepped up. And that's what you hope players can do on a night when maybe they struggle early. They got the confidence to come back and play a big part, and she did that.
You mentioned having energy and urgency defensively on Sunday. How much of that, or a lack of it, do you think played into just the defensive performance today?
Yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, you could point to a few things. Maybe we've got all these ranked games. Maybe we were, not as ready to play. Again, I tell the players all the time, I really don't look at records a whole lot. We watch a lot of film. So we're going to watch 5 or 6, maybe 7 games on each opponent. I'm talking about the staff, and each coach has a scout, whatever, and then I watch a couple, and I don't worry. I look at what they can do, and you don't ever know on a given night who's going to have a good night, who's going to have a bad night. So you prepare as if they're going to have a good night, and they did. And we knew Marshall could shoot the 3, 39% coming into this game, and sure enough, she hit 3 of them. And we knew Cavender obviously was good. We knew Rogers could shoot the 3. She hit 3 out of 6. So you got to pay attention to the scout. You got to, like I said, if you're not having a great night on the offensive end, you've got to be able to, come down the other end and be focused and make some plays and guard people. And, was it because we were struggling offensively that we maybe let down a little bit and defensively and lost our mojo? Maybe. Did we, maybe look at who all we're playing in this stretch and let down a little bit? Maybe. I don't know. But I used my old McDonald's French fries analogy. You know, we want to be like those McDonald's fries. It don't matter where you are in the U.S. It don't matter if you're in Germany. It don't matter if you're in Paris. It don't matter. You know when you walk in there, those French fries are going to be hot and salty. And that's what we need to be, no matter where we are, who we're playing, where we're at, whatever. And it's about us. We can control us. And so we have to show up every night and try to be great every night. And don't worry about the other team's record, stats, whatever. Watch the film, see what they're capable of, and get ready.
Coach, last week you told us, you used to tell the team that you give up 70 points, you'll lose. Tonight was the 4th straight game where you've given up 70 points and you've won. What does that say?
Nah.
What does that say about the team?
I don't know. What it says about you is you're the dang cheese in the mousetrap. They think it's okay, so they're going to go in there and eat that cheese and get boom. Okay, so don't be spreading that poison. No, I mean, again, it's not a recipe or formula for success. It isn't going to last. Okay, and we were lucky tonight. They scored 26 in the first quarter, 22 in the third quarter. We got lucky. They scored 14 and 12 in the other two, and we scored a whopping 10 in the fourth quarter. So, you know, I don't want to play with fire. You may get away with it some, but you know, our goal is to give up 60 or less. That's our goal, and we hadn't been achieving that. And this team's athletic enough; they ought to be able to make it happen.
Y'all rebounded Miami on the offensive boards, 12-3, outscoring them 7-2 in second chance points. How important are those areas in a close game like this?
Well, definitely big. I mean, obviously they outscored us outscored us 20-9 on the fast break. Luckily, we outscored them points off turnovers and second chance. So those are big. Those are big areas, things that we focus and talk about. So definitely, you know, we wouldn't have won tonight without it.
Couple more questions.
Lorena seems to have turned a corner the last 6 games or so. You know, what have you kind of seen from her as she continues to?
Who, Lorena?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, tough night tonight. And again, I keep telling our players, and yet we kept throwing it down there. She is better when we pick and roll and let her move instead of just standing on the block with her back to the basket. She's going to probably reach a point where she's good at that. But right now, her strength is roll into the rim, roll into the offensive boards. And so we got to recognize that and don't put her in a bad spot. But yeah, she had a rough night. You know, they got us on the back pick a couple of times on the defensive end. So, you know, again, they're freshmen. That's the thing. With Tilda, Lorena, they're going to have nights. And speaking of freshmen, I thought Devin did a great job in the first half, and I should have got her in the second half. So that's my fault. If somebody plays well like that, I need to get them back out there. So sometimes you get in the habit of going with experience, and I get that, but at the same time, you play well, you need to be rewarded.
Madison's game has evolved in the last 2 years, and you've needed that. Tonight, she kind of resembled who she was a couple years ago, spotting up shooting with the kick out. And as this thing progresses, February, March, in her final year, are you going to kind of need both versions of her to be successful, you think?
No, I mean, again, we got a lot of people that can take it off the bounce and can set her up. So, I mean, what she's doing is fine, you know. D and 3, you know, that's what they're talking about in the NBA now all the time. Get those D and 3 players. Well, she can do that. She can guard some, she can rebound some, and she can knock down those threes. So, you know, I like what we were doing tonight. We had other people going off the bounce, and that's what, again, that last play, that's what Zoe was doing, and she was able to get all the way to the rim. But if not, you want somebody like Madison that can spot up and knock down that three.
Any more questions? You can also ask about Sunday too.
This is not related to the game whatsoever, but obviously the NCAA is implementing the units, you know, where women's teams are finally, you know, getting financially compensated for their postseason success. What do you think that means? You know, what would that mean for this program? And why is that important?
Yeah, I mean, I think we want to help the athletic department any way we can. And so if we can have some success and bring in some revenue, hey, that's great. Because, I mean, the athletic department's been great to us. Boo's been great to us. Stephanie, the deputy AD, All those folks have been very supportive of us and provided us with the means to be successful. So anything we can do to give back, I love it. I'm all for it. So.
As a leader of a women's team, for so long, do you feel like?
Thank you for that emphasis. Okay.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
You're a veteran in the profession. But was this past due to reward these teams like that?
What's that?
Well, do you feel like that was past due?
It's easy for me to sit here and say that. I've been high on our game for a long time, but at the same time, let's face it, the sport has really exploded the last few years, and so I'm just, instead of being bitter about it not coming sooner, I'm thankful it came. You know me, my glass is half full.
We talked about Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, your SID mentioned Sunday's game, sir. That's against North Carolina.
Yeah.
And that's a big one. It starts off this big 3-game stretch. Obviously, you have to focus on the Tar Heels.
Right.
How do you handle this week, and do you think this type of game can get their attention?
Yeah, I don't think we'll have trouble getting ready for that game as far as being motivated and being on edge. It's tough over there. We've had a tough time playing over there, so we know it's going to be a big challenge. I think they may have the best defensive team that I've seen them have, and so they've really committed to doing that. And then offensively, they got a lot of people that can score it, so it's going to be a big challenge. They're playing really well right now, and obviously you'd rather play at home, but we got Duke at home and we go to Carolina, so that's the way the schedule broke down. And so you gotta be tough enough to go over there and try to find a way to make it happen on the road.
We talked to Madison a little ago. She talked about getting mentored by she named Elisa Canane and KJ. KJ now on the staff. Elisa Canane, I don't know if you saw, now has starting training camp with the Golden State Valkyries.
Yeah.
What does it mean to have another potential Pac Pro in the WNBA now?
Yeah, Lisa's been playing great. I actually had somebody from the WNBA talk to me a couple of weeks ago and said she is really playing well this year. She's in the Czech Republic, and that, as the league expands, that's going to help her too. That's going to open up. It's tough, y'all. There's been 12 teams. The NBA's got, 30, 32? They got the G League. You only got 12, and the way these young ladies are doing, they stay around, they play a long time. Tarasi, I think she's my age maybe. All right, and so there's not but like one spot a year for each team. And then you also, everybody forgets, they think about the college players coming out. I know a couple of years ago, 12 first-round picks, and like half of them were international players from Europe. So it's very tough, competitive. And I'm excited that they're expanding, and hopefully more of our players are going to get opportunities.
Okay, thank you.
Okay? Thank you.